congratulations. You had a film out this weekend, Our Holiday Story.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm excited about it. I just got to watch it last night.
Last night, huh? I beat you to it.
Did you?
I watched it Sunday morning.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So I was one of the things about the holiday movies is to me, because I'm kind of weird, is there's a train. There's always like a little railroad, but this time there's an actual train. Like, what was the experience of getting to film a scene on a train? Because I'm assuming it wasn't a real train.
Well, yeah, and thank you for watching it, first of
Of
all,
course.
and going through it. Um, I we did film on a train and it was a working train. But I believe the train is no longer in use for actual transit. It's more of a museum. And it was the train from the outside was iconic. It looked like a classic old-timey train. And so I think people just come to visit now, but it does move back and forth, but I don't know if it actually was in use. But we saw it move. So I know it works. But yeah, it was a fun experience and I think that's why actually that's why we shot in that location. We chose it was in Summerland, BC, and they chose to shoot in the Okanagan because of that train, because it was a specific scene and location that they needed. So that train actually shaped why we filmed where we filmed and the whole movie.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually one of the characters in the film.
It definitely is. It definitely is because that's where the love stories start in a way. At the opening of the movie, I'm rushing to the train, and that's where we see my love story start. And then Dave and Nell meeting on the train. So that train, it has a lot of airtime and the moments kind of parallel each other as I'm on the train and then we cut to them in the past back on the train and then Chris at the very end, which I won't give away, but Chris going to the train at the end and then having to make a decision whether he's gonna, be with Joanna or not.
Crazy timing. I mean, even in real life, we never know what is going to be stored ahead of us.
It's true. It's true. This story kind of teaches us we have to let go of preconceived notions sometimes. And in David Nell's case, not judge a book by its cover or by its email persona in their case, but not grasp on too tight to what we think things should be and rather just let things be.
Take in the moment too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just take people as they come, treat them as they treat you and trust in the process.
It's not your first Christmas film to
It's
begin with.
not.
It's not. So what was it about this one that was like, okay, I didn't get to do that in the other film that you were excited for?
Well, the other Christmas film that I did is so different. It's a Christmas slasher horror film, and I play an evil kind of character. So they couldn't be more different from each other. But what really drew me to this film was the rom-com aspect. I love holiday movies in general, and then I love rom-coms as well. So I loved that there were so many comedic elements between the characters, and the timing was fun to play with. And then also this character and getting to play her in two different periods of her life as a 16-year-old and then a 26-year-old, and just the relationships between her and her dad and her and her boyfriend. And also her and her stepmom that, you know, I get to play with. And so that's what really drew me to it because there was a lot of character arc throughout it and good relationship building.
And it was fun seeing you play Cupid.
Yes, I get to actually facilitate their love story in a way, which was exciting. I didn't realize, with the first read of something, you get the ideas. But then after reading it more in depth and then actually filming it, I realized, oh, I'm quite instrumental in this process. And I got proud of my character for stepping up.
One of the things that I liked about it is that many people, divorce. Sometimes the children are not too keen about the parent moving on, dating. But I feel like your character will open up that feeling of some younger kids, have a single parent and be like, you know what? I should encourage my mother or my father to date.
It's a really beautiful story because Joanna really cares first and foremost about her dad's happiness because she feels like she has to have it all under control for him and be the organizer of the house in a way because she sees her dad alone. And so I think it's nice that it's just coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of this person makes me so happy. I want to see them so happy. And that's also what I really loved about this character.
Yeah, that's one of the messages that I found very strong, and I'm sure people will take in perspective.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just like caring for your loved ones and making sure everyone's taken care of, which is a relatable topic.
So did you get to try the cake?
That's so funny because people have been asking me if I tried fruitcake. No, I did not. I don't know. Have you tried fruitcake ever?
I haven't, and I was like, you know what? I need to find it and try it because I mean that was another key in the film, and I haven't.
Yeah, they had a wonderful local baker make all of those cakes. And so it's really such a shame that I didn't get to try those cakes. But when it's a prop cake, it's all you can't really touch anything because you have to make sure it's right for this scene. This cake has to be in full, and then there's slices maybe out on the table in this scene, but you can't really just pick it up and take a bite. And also, everybody's hands have been all over it, and so you don't really want to. I should have, there could have been a way actually if I really thought about it, but I think when you're in the flow of filming, you're not thinking too much about it. I did eat some of the candy though when we were filming the gingerbread house scene. There was a lot of good candy out there.
That was a hilarious scene, by the way. Got nervous, and then what do? Just get stuff in his face.
Yes.
I was like,
Yeah, that
that's
we
something
did a
new.
gag. It was funny. I'm glad you liked that. That was one of my favorite scenes actually because it starts out so fun and we're making a gingerbread house. It's just cute, and then by the end of it, we're awkward and the tone is completely shifted, and so it was fun to play because there was a gag too where you don't see it happen as much because they came up with this amazing special effect where we could shoot out the icing from the bag, but it went, oh my gosh, I believe it went like 20 feet. The icing went 20 feet from me. So you don't really see the coverage of the icing going so far because it comes out at full speed. But it was a really funny gag. We were all laughing really hard during that scene.
Wow. Well, maybe you could join baseball pitching icing.
With the special effect that they rigged in 15 minutes, yeah, I definitely could. That's
Yeah.
a fun thing. It's funny on set, you problem solving all the time, and we didn't know how we were actually going to get the icing to go on his face. And so they had to just make it and find a way to put a syringe in an icing bag last minute.
Well, the film is our holiday story. So, Sydney, what is your holiday story?
What is my holiday story? Well, my holiday story is family, friends, cooking good food, walking around. I'm based in New York, and so walking around New York and going to the Christmas markets and really enjoying some downtime and quality time with friends and family. I think that's consistently been my holiday story. Um, I grew up in Arizona, so it was always quite warm, and so now I get a little bit more of a white Christmas, which is fun.
So, before I leave you, can you talk a little bit about your 2025 directorial debut in horror? I take it that
Yeah,
must be your favorite genre.
horror is one of my favorite genres for sure. I've grown even a larger appreciation for it in the past couple years. I have close friends who love horror and have gotten me more into it, and my mom as well is really into horror. And so I got inspired over the last couple years to write a horror film, and it's something that I'm excited to direct. And I actually got the chance to act in one earlier this year as well. That'll be coming out next year. So it's just I like to keep horror in the rotation, especially because It's so popular. A lot of people love horror, and I love watching it, and I love discussing those movies. So I'm excited for it.
We're going to be looking forward to it.
Oh, thank you. Thank
You're,
you.
you're
It's
welcome.
a very different genre. Do you like horror films?
I do, as long as I'm not by myself.
Yeah. I watched one recently by myself, and I was saying I always need to switch on something after, especially if I'm going to bed. I need to put on something afterward as a palate cleanser.
Yeah, that's me. And then also, if I watch them, I'd rather watch in the daytime if I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, mind plays its own game for us. So yeah, I can't do it alone.
Yeah. Totally fair. Totally fair. I know.
But I'll be checking out yours. I'll be waiting.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thanks for having me. Thank
Leave.
you so much.
You're gonna leave a lot of us wanting to put up our Christmas tree already. I'm contemplating it.
I I need to put mine up. I don't have it up yet, but I want to put it up. I got
Same
to get
here.
on
Same here.
it.
That's how I felt after watching the film. I was like, not too early, is it?
No, oh my gosh, no, it's time. It is no, everybody's been saying November 1st. As soon as November 1st hits, it's the holidays.
That's true. That's true. Well, thank you so much again and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you. Bye bye.